So this Mass Effect 4's coming out. So when we get Mass Effect 4.
What? No, I don't think that's not going to be multiplayer.
Mass Effect 4 is not coming out anytime soon.
Oh, right, okay. Well,
yeah, and Dingle's never played any of the Mass Effects, so he has no idea what the fuck we're even talking about.
No, I have, and I think it was. Yeah, I have, and it was the only good bit about it was customizing your character.
You didn't like it? You're not really an RPG dude.
I told you that. I told you that. I told you that ages ago.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, we can always record our gameplay and then just fucking comment on our.
Oh, like a commentary version of it.
What?
Like, when I did this,
comment how well, we're all just gonna like take the piss out of how our play styles.
Well, you pick a certain aspect of it, such as like fucking. So you can use Fallout 4 for example.
198894
survival
said,
mode.
is it on a different channel?
How you can barely walk from one place to another place without getting some kind of weird fucking disease, or getting absolutely obliterated by deathclaws that appear out of fucking nowhere. There's me walking back to Sanctuary. I get ambushed by 3 deathclaws, and it's just like, excuse me, the occurrence is supposed to be less than 1%. There's me running for fucking life.
What? 1% that they're meant to turn up?
The downfall of Fallout 4 is they got so much ocean in it. They didn't do anything with it.
Yeah, there's no secret.
There's nothing, is there? You had that ghoul whale, but they didn't do anything with it.
Which one are you talking about? 3 or 4, or the other one?
For Christ's sake.
I'm on about the 4th because they got all this ocean and all that, but they didn't do anything with it. It's just an ocean. There's no sea life in it or nothing.
My alert, Queens.
I think that's just Bethesda though. I mean, Skyrim and Oblivion are the same. All you got is a bunch of random fish and slaughterfish, and that's it.
Some people like to see that shit though. It's like in GTA 5. If you get like, out in the ocean, you get like attacked by a shark and shit. You want to see that?
I've still never actually done that. Like swam
in the
ocean. No.
You can actually be a shark as well in the game.
What? Jog on.
No, you can't.
Making it up.
You can be a shark in the game. If you, where the pier is, you jump off the pier, go straight down, you'll find this egg thing. It's a little Easter egg. You got to collect them all around the map. You eat it, it's a drug, and you turn into a sea creature.
What the heck? I never actually knew that, I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, I did it as soon as I got it. It wasn't on the PS3. You couldn't do it on the PS3. But the next gens you could. I did it straight away. And you could be a bird, which was cool.
What?
Yeah, you got to go around the map and collect all the eggs, and you turn into different animals all around the game.
I see. How did you even find this stuff out? I've never even heard of that.
Because I'm a gamer.
Sorry.
When I go hard,
sorry,
I go
gamer.
hard.
That gave up on the second video. Stray.
I can't. I did. I sure did.
Sure dies a lot.
Sure dies a lot. If you notice, Shaggy, me and Gem are in the same room. Same room. You'll notice.
Go on the general chat.
Go on the general chat. It'll look like we're in the same room.
Does it? Oh, okay. So look. Oh, yeah, kind of, sort of.
Yeah, it does. So, because we are.
You both still got clothes on, so it can't be.
Depends on which way you're looking at it. If I do that.
Yeah, but then you're just doing that to me because in my screen I'm top.
Oh, we're all set out different, aren't we?
Yeah.
I've got SD on the big screen, just lying there.
I got it on the grid, so I've got all 4 of us. I can see all 4 of us.
So I've just found something interesting.
Yep.
Sega have released an official game called The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, no way.
Oh, goddamn right. I'm behind that.
It's a point-and-click visual novel game.
Surely Sonic the Hedgehog being a murderous beast would be more hilarious.
It's free. You don't have to pay for it. It's free.
We love that free shit.
Just pants people for a laugh.
Yeah, I do love pants people.
especially
We're all
blind
like
people.
Manchester in Berry Park.
Yeah, my ex-girlfriend did that to me in the park.
Should we?
And Ryan absolutely fucking bottom half naked in front of his then girlfriend.
Huh.
About fucking must have been about 15
Were-
years ago.
Were you there? Was Quinn there at that time? That's back in like the Davy,
was.
George, all that those days.
Georgie Gray.
I think that was before Quinn lost his sight.
Oh, that was years and years ago.
No, you didn't see that coming.
No, I
when
didn't.
Quinn used to hang out with all. Oh my god!
You got it set in your sights now.
That's it.
Fuck's sake.
Got an eye for detail.
Yeah.
Cross the T's and dot the.
O's.
Oz.
Ah, Rob, you.
I'd give my right eye. Ooh.
Oh.
If you can't laugh for yourself, who can you laugh at?
At least you still got your Japs eye.
I haven't. I got rid of that as well.
What?
Thanks.
Yep, I needed money. Sold it on the dark web. Someone's made a wallet out of it.
Saved your foreskin. What?
All right, let's.
I wondered what they do with foreskin after they remove it. They just like put it in the bin or.
Burn it normally.
I'm guessing it.
It's considered biological waste, therefore they burn it.
So what? To the next of kin, like get the ashes from it or something.
It's serious.
They're literally put in a bag for like all of the different circumcisions from that day, and then thrown in the incinerator at the end of the day.
Mm,
I had to have mine removed.
that's pretty
I mean,
damn
I have a
kinky.
wallet.
I'm gonna lie
I'm
to you.
tempted to get mine done.
It's clean. I find it cleaner.
Get circumcised.
I was like, what? I must have been about 16.
I don't want to get a boner while I'm healing.
Or Corona while you're healing.
It's really sensitive at first, but they put this gel thing around it. I don't know why I'm telling you guys this. They put this gel thing around it to hold. What the fuck was that?
Should we get to it? Let's begin.
He's
Especially
introducing today.
especially as we're doing dingles first.
Yeah. I don't know about it, but
Right, okay. Yeah, my mate's in the watching now as well, so greetings, Isaac. Hope you enjoy what we've got cooked up. Yeah, this is going to be episode 10.
Is Gem's Catwoman in there as well?
I don't think so. There's only one viewer. It must be him. He commented. So, was it her? Did you find out who Charlotte? Or not?
Yeah, it is Charlotte. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Who else could it have been? Really, that may not be funny.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure if they can see. Isaac, can you see this? I'm trying to make it so you can see the screen. Can you see all four of us? Yeah.
Oh.
All right. Yeah, it's good enough for me.
oh, sorry, man.
All right, I'll count to 5, and then I'm gonna try and do a Rob type intro this time.
Or insult our audience.
Well, I did it because I thought no one was watching.
Nobody's watching me. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yo, what's going on? Welcome to the Saturday evening Straight Up Busters podcast. This is Dildo Shaggins. We're gonna make this a quick one. Let's go around the clock. Who's the man beginning with D? Introduce yourself.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and 17 other genders. Enjoy the show, and that was a good way to start it off, wasn't it? But yeah, I'm Dildo Shack. Now I'm Dingle.
Dildo Dingle.
Dildo Dingo. That's how we do it. Hello.
And the man beginning with O. Introduce yourself.
Dingle dong.
It's me, OccipitalGem. I'm some guy, and there's a guy next to me and needs to pay his bills. Fucko.
And there's also a guy beginning with S. Who are you?
Well, I'm SD. Enjoy the
Yeah, brilliant. That's great.
show. Like and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter, if the fucking links on Twitch. And generally enjoy the shit talking you're about to hear.
The shit talking from a bunch of retards. That's basically what.
Pretty much.
I'm pretty sure on one of the episodes, Rob said if you're mentally unstable, then you'll enjoy what you're about to hear.
Yeah.
That sounds about. sounds pretty. Sounds pretty on point. Yeah. Well, we have two subjects as usual. One heavy.
Oh, by the way, we're not recording on Craig, by the way.
Oh yeah, we're not.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I forgot. Sorry.
That's all right. Well,
somebody to spot that.
well done, SD.
I can't hear you clapping.
Why not?
I can't hear you clapping.
That's weird.
Now recording.
No recording.
No recording. All right, cool. It's kind of sort of broke momentum now. So,
Get on with it.
all right. Is there a way I can disable video? If I disable video from Craig, otherwise Craig's in the list of the. Oh, I can't.
Server is recording too often. Screw it. We'll just have Alistair on.
Show non-video participants. Ah, there we go. Easy. That's
Easy.
Anyway, straight up busters. Sorry for what was meant to be a quick intro. Ended up being, I think, the longest. This is episode 10. So we got 2 more after this, and it'll be the first season done. And we're gonna kick straight in with Dingle's subject, and he's put his glasses on, so it must mean business.
Yeah, because I don't want to upset anybody.
All right. So what do you want to talk about? Let's.
Yeah, it's every time I go on social media, it's all I see is people. I mean, it's the transgender community, and I mean, I don't have a problem with them what they want to do, but I'm getting sick and tired of seeing it thrown in my face all the time. It's like, okay, why does why does the whole world need to know what you've done? And it's pretty much just saying, you know, stop throwing it in our faces because we don't care. You know what I mean? I see it all the fucking time. And it's like, and also you can't say anything without upsetting someone. You know, it's not really I don't know how to go about this. It's just stop throwing our fucking. I'm getting sick and tired of going on social media, and blah 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 is now a woman and wants to talk about it for 17 years, and it's like, for fuck's sake, change the subject now. We're move forward, you know. But I don't know exactly what to say in words apart from I feel like this is more of a rant than it is a debate because, you know, the world. Oh, I can't. It's just. I don't know. It's just.
I'll tell you what. That little section there was on par with Rob's last bit on insurance when he went right off on one.
Yeah.
Well, no, I get, like, be who you want to be. That's brilliant. But don't throw it in our faces. Not the whole world doesn't need to know. You know, it's like that Caitlyn Jenner, whatever her name is now, or whatever. He was a woman, and he was all over the papers. He was in the obviously he's famous for being famous. That's it. Like
he was a famous athlete.
An athlete, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But it's like it's there,
and
it's
that
like
Leah Thomas as well. She's seems to be another prominent figure, a swimmer.
I've I've spoken, and I'm quite close to someone who is a transgender person.
I thought we weren't telling people yet. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. Listen,
right? And they agree with me. I mean, they don't like the word trans. She don't like the word trans.
Right.
She said it feels like it's because it was a saying. It was like, trans woman is a woman. And I said, well, it ain't if you put trans in front of it. Then it's a trans woman. You know what I mean? And it's like, and it's the trans. They go from male to female if they're transitioning. The trans has become its own gender now, isn't it? And it's, you know, and there's like 17 other genders to go along with it. It's just bizarre to me. I mean, be what you want to be. That's great. You know, the world don't need to know about it. Like, keep it to yourself, or we're proud of you, but don't throw it in our faces all the time. It's like a movement that they're trying to start, and they keep getting shut down by I forgot Geezer's name who has glasses. But at the end of the day, if you transgender and you believe that you're an actual woman trapped into a man's body or whatever, in 100 odd years' time, when they bury up your body, your identity is going to be in your bones of what you originally were, what you're born with, which is X, Y, and Z. You know, and I have nothing against it. I mean, no skin off my back. I just hate going on social media and like wanting to have a laugh at something, and then seeing this all the time. It's always they're never happy either. I've noticed that they're never happy. You look at their faces. Some of them,
Or if they
some
are,
that have
if they
regretted
are,
it's like
then
gone, yeah. But you see these like kids that are like 5, and their parents are saying, "Oh, he's actually transgender." Have you seen that?
yeah.
He's a kid.
Yeah.
Or she's a kid.
How can
I
a
don't fucking
5-year-old
know.
know?
You don't really know what
They're
to
still
watch.
learning,
Wait.
and I don't know. It's
That-
just stop throwing our
sometimes
dicks
that's the
in their
key.
woods.
Sometimes that's teachers forcing that on.
I didn't really have
a.
Oh, Seth is
Oh,
really
script
quiet.
written down for this, but how does a 5-year-old know that he wants to be a girl, a boy? A 5-year-old boy is a girl, and the parents are going, "Yeah, he wants to be a girl. He really wants to be a girl." How do you know he's a 5-year-old?
A 5-year-old doesn't
You know, he still believes in Santa.
A 5-year-old,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
exactly. A 5-year
Yeah.
A 5-year-old still believes in Santa and the Easter Bunny and the Tooth Fairy. A 5-year-old might not even know how to ride a damn bike, so you can't tell me he's gonna know if he's meant
I
to
could
be
ride
a
a
girl.
bike when I was 3.
Let's not get pedantic. Point I'm making is, yeah, they don't know. They don't know what's right or wrong. They don't really know much of anything.
To be fair, kids at that age are looking for
Sex.
reinforce. Jess would know. My missus would know this. They're looking for this reinforcement of encouragement. Do you know what I mean? Like they want to be saying, "Oh, well done, you're this, you're that, you've done this, amazing." That's what they're always looking for. And if it's reinforced that, "Oh, you want to be a girl," well, they'll act like it because they want that reinforcement of being, well done, you're so strong.
It's fucking.
But really, they're just looking for that kind of like appreciation and that well done, satisfying dopamine rush in their head.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they're looking for. I mean, for me,
Like,
I didn't really know what I wanted until my mid-20s.
Like for now,
when I found out what I wanted, here I fucking am. I'm in debt, but I'm happy. I've got everything I've ever wanted.
but it's like that. It's like
Been the case for about 8 years.
it's like the old saying, though, isn't it? You know, like when you used to take the mick, it was like a meme, wasn't it? Like, "Oh, I'm a strong, independent woman. I don't need no man." Now it's like, "I'm a strong, independent toddler. I don't need no parent."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, I didn't realize we were going to go to the child situation so quickly. But I 100% I'm not on board of any minor transition
No,
whatsoever.
because their mind is like a sponge. They're still learning.
Well,
And
I mean,
they don't know what's what.
It's not just what they get told, though. It's what they get given. So they
Yeah,
might be
it's
given
like,
like puberty blockers and stuff that they say is reversible, but it's not exactly been around long enough for the statistics to really back it up, has it?
No, but the other thing is, if
And
a
it's
5-year-old,
harmful. I mean, how can it not be? How can it not be harmful in some form or fashion?
They also say that some of the surgeries are reversible, but they're really not. Things like women transitioning to becoming men and they get their mammaries removed. You're not going to grow your mammaries back.
I've grown back again.
Hallelujah!
Like your toenails are growing back again.
It's a miracle.
I mean, I will say this: the one of the most recent shootings that happened in America was done by a trans person.
Wasn't it a trans person shooting down a Christian school? As far as I can remember.
Yeah,
A transformer.
Oh God.
Oh damn! I'm trying to check the chat as we're talking. But I'm gonna have to keep coming up.
I am Optimus Prime.
not to demonise trans people. This
No.
One case.
It's it's just like, okay, people can be what they want, that's great, but why do they need to like publish it all the time? And it's everywhere. You know, that's great. But I'm not gonna go and publish on TikTok, "Oh, I had a wank this morning." I want everyone to know about that.
Lovely.
Exactly. It's just like people go, "I don't want to see that. I'm getting bored of that."
Yeah. Well, people,
No, I
me and Matt, was it me and I can't remember who the fuck I was talking to about actually, but it seems to be gender ideology and all of the just anything to do with that or anything to do with sexuality. It seems to be at the forefront. A lot of big organisations and and a lot of money raking businesses. I mean, think how much the pharmaceuticals are making now. And they're definitely going to be losing money. And I don't know. It does make you wonder if there's more at play here than just wanting to be yourself. Because I used to agree with that saying, but think of all the bad things you wanted to do in your life. And
I did.
We've all got dark secrets, so we've all wanted to do things we know are wrong and have done things we know are wrong. So it's not just a case of being yourself, because if everyone was being themselves, I think the place might turn into like a big bloody bloodbath planet. Do you know what I mean? Like if people really did what they want, what's the point of having? If the people really thought like that, what's the point of having any laws or regulations?
Well, that's the thing.
You can't just be yourself. There needs to be some order here. You can't. There's no way in hell I would have a son and my 6-year-old son walk up to me and be like, "Start playing with Barbies," and I'm immediately gonna go, "Oh, he's a daughter now."
That's it. Yeah, he's a girl now. No,
it's just bad. Mate. Like I'm sorry, but what about if your baby starts eating worms? You're gonna think he's a bloody like I'm trying to think of the things that eat worms, like pigeon or something. Like
it's
just
mad. I have nothing against it. I'm just getting bored of seeing it all the time on social media.
Because I can imagine a child being involved with both, say, Action Man and fucking Barbie, and then.
Yeah.
But from personal experience, I remember from my youngest years when I was about 8 years old, putting them both together. Not knowing, but I was wondering what they would do.
Interracial facial.
Hey.
They got a pregnant Barbie now, haven't they?
And one in the wheelchair.
Yeah, there's a pregnant Barbie.
Oh my days! There's a pregnant one and a disabled one.
They're catering from less than 6% of the nation.
Right. So who else? What else are the Barbies up there? Is there an Asian one and a black one, and a Latino one, and a Mexican one?
I believe the ones that are different races are not actually called Barbie. They've got different names, but they're under the same banner. The one thing that really annoys me though is, you know how people put up their preferred pronoun, on like Twitter and that. You just try to control how people talk about you behind your back.
That's what it mainly is.
Yeah, it's like I don't give a shit.
my preferred pronouns are moo and spec.
You silly cow.
My preferred pronouns are was were.
Mine's still fuck off.
Fuck to the off.
Fuck to the off. No, I mean, it's mad. It's just, it's great if you feel comfortable being that. That's brilliant. But I don't need to know about it.
No.
You know what I mean?
But the only thing is it hasn't just stayed at one little thing. It's escalated, so it's gone.
Well, the thing is, I think it all got big after that. Bruce Jenner became Caitlyn Jenner. Then automatically, you see it everywhere now.
One of the pioneers, and there's that Dylan McCarthy or something like that. He's.
I just want to point across.
Ellen Page became Elliot Page.
Oh yeah.
I just want to point across. The Kardashians are dumbing America down. So it's coming from a very dumb beginning.
Yeah, because they're just famous for just being famous.
She's famous for
they're famous for being
Kanye
related
West.
To Kylie Jenner and Kim Kardashian, and Kim Kardashian's only famous for sucking dick.
You know Kanye is a gay fish.
Yeah, he likes fish sticks.
Yeah, he likes fish sticks.
It's weird you said that. I said that to Mum the other day. I said, Mum, do you like fish sticks? She goes, why? I said, do you like fish sticks? But it wouldn't have made her a gay fish. It just made her
Straight fish.
a fish giver. I don't know. But that Kanye West was like, genius equals fish. Am I a genius? Good old South Park.
Oh dear.
But yeah, it's not a rant. It's just, can you just,
Well,
if you can stop broadcasting it? I mean, dude, it's great. It's brilliant. But I don't know you, and I'm not interested in knowing you. That's what, I mean, cool. But stop throwing our faces.
It shouldn't be
Sure.
It shouldn't be something that should be. It seems weird for something to be broadcasted. Like I'm coming out. I'm coming out as gender fluid now, but in reality, how much does that matter when somebody like Demi Lovato or Lovato? Is it Lovato? It's Lovato, isn't it?
I've always pronounced it Lovato. If someone's going to correct me, I don't give a shit.
Okay, let's just say Demi L.
DL.
DL.
Demi
Yeah,
L.
download. DL. She come out and she said she was non-binary, and then not too long later, a few months down the line, she was like, "Oh, I'm going by she/her pronouns again now," and I'm like, "Why?" I don't know whoever made up the fact that it's on a spectrum, because gender can't be a spectrum, otherwise it just goes on and on. If there's infinite genders and there's infinite sexualities, then why have any?
Well, that's it.
And why people are banging on about women's rights? Well, I'm sorry, but the more genders there are, the least rights you're going to have, because there's.
And the thing
more
is,
people you
it's
contend
this
with.
whole women's rights. What do they want rights? They've got everything. What else do they need?
They need
you
lefts.
know what I mean?
They need lefts, not rights.
Yeah, and it's like, what are they fighting for? I mean,
We
they've
want
got it.
equal pay, despite the fact that we spend more time off work.
I mean, when was the last time you saw a woman bricklayer?
that's
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Schofield.
That's the thing, though. They get maternity leave. Yeah, you're right.
All of the women in my industry are all in the offices. None of them are on the shop floor.
Oh, there you are. What does that tell you?
And it's like, what rights do they need? They've got everything. They don't. If they can't ask for much more, because they are equal, they've got it all.
Back in the day, feminism was a noble cause, and now the feminists these days are
it's
way
like
over
now.
their head.
It's like now they've got everything. What else are they fighting for? Because surely if they
Supremacy at this point.
if they keep fighting, they'll have more rights than men,
Yeah.
and it would be. Where's the equal part?
You know what it is. Every woman's a feminist until you go on a date with them and the check comes in.
No.
No, it's true. I heard that from someone else, so I am technically stealing that from someone else. But it's a true saying. Though.
I was a git for that. I was like, well, I'm paying my off.
If you want equality, then it's got to be equal at the end of the day. People throw
Equality.
it feels like language these days. It feels like language as a whole is becoming so meaningless now.
This world's going down the shit.
Because
it's stupid people, right, looking for their 15 minutes of fame.
Exactly,
Not Piers Moore. Philip Schofield, for instance. It was going to get done for being a nonce. So instead of being like, come out as a nonce,
what?
it was like, yeah, I'm gay. And they're like, oh, well done. They all big come out on TV.
Mate, you've got to go into detail. I have no idea. I heard nothing about that.
We don't care.
I've heard nothing about him being a nonce.
Yeah, where did that come from?
It was all swept under. Anything I searched for has been fucking blocked now, for some reason.
Oh, right. Well, you need to give us something to go on, otherwise that's just hearsay.
It's something for him that he's done wrong, but I can't remember what.
Yeah, but how did you hear about it in the first place, though?
The only thing that he did wrong was cheat on
Be
his
gay.
wife.
Look at that.
He was married for however many years
man.
to a woman.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, wasn't he?
I swear it's something to do with being a nonce.
Does look like one.
Well, I think at least, you know, if we can only really talk about the UK, it's not going to be the same in the in the, you know, in Asian countries. But going for the sake of the United Kingdom, being gay is nothing to it's just nothing. It's nothing new.
Oh, here we go. I found it.
So when that came out, I think by this point it had become so normalized. It just didn't. He's like crying and everyone's all cheering. I'm just like, so what? Like, get on with your lives. Like, I just didn't. There was no part of me that was grateful for him, and then the other end of the spectrum. There was no part of me that was also hateful of him. But it was just such like a. For me, it was just such a standard statement. I was like, "Cool, you're gay. Can we go to the next channel now?" Like, yeah, I don't know. It just wasn't.
Like,
why? The fact that it's still a need to say that you are. Maybe it was just a cover up for him cheating on his wife.
Well, that's the thing is, right? Just think, there's a person in the war, right? That's had like been shot like 4 times, right? And he's managed to survive it, and he's still living to this day, right? But that's not in the newspaper. Philip Schofield is for just coming out because he likes the same sex.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I'd rather hear about the guy that survived 4 bullet shots than some guy who likes a bit of cock on the side. You know what I mean? It's backwards. It's who gives a fuck if he likes that? Good on him. I don't care. Who fucking cares?
It was such a weird thing that it just became such a big piece of news. Like, Philip Schofield's gay. He's got to do this.
It's not really news now, is it? It's not news anymore.
Why did the nation need to know that?
They didn't. They just said another story, Philip.
Well, I found it for you.
Do you know what the thing is? Sorry, one more point, SD. The backwards thing is, and people might label people like me that are gonna say within the same jurisdictions of what I am gonna say. They'll label us, say, you know, we're bloody some ist or have some phobia. But the fact of the matter is, here we go. So stuff like pride, right? If you know, people say you should be prideful. You should be happy and stand up and be who you are. Like we said earlier, like I'm gay, I'm trans, I'm non-binary, I'm asexual, I'm whatever you are. But
you heard it here first, guys.
You don't hear a guy going, "Oh, actually,
trans."
Yeah, no. But you don't hear people like. There's no one that comes out and be like, "Oh, actually." Like, I've never heard it the other way around. I've never heard anyone praised for detransitioning. I've never heard anyone praised that thought they were gay straight. And they're straight. Yeah, like, I'm straight. It's almost like everyone goes, and they lose interest. That's when like the tomatoes come out.
Yeah.
Like that, and I'm not saying it should be, but you know, it's just intriguing. It's one way, especially as I say, it's 2023 when all of this stuff. We've gone over this. It's not it's not the fucking 60s, 70s. Like,
that's it.
Come on, man. Anyway.
There's that video where it goes, being brave in 1920, and had a load of people walking into the army. And it says being brave in 2023, and it has this gay guy doing all this dancing. And you're like,
yep.
You're like, what the fuck?
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not being brave.
Wouldn't being brave in 2023 be going to Ukraine?
Being brave to take up the arse.
It will. Is that going to be your campaign, Rob? You're gonna have that. You're gonna have that on. You're gonna have that on. You're gonna go outside churches and have that on, like your picket fence, picket signs.
Yeah, they get all these pride
outside mosques.
I found something to back up my Philip Schofield claim. If you'd like to hear it.
If we must, yep.
Yeah, so it may not be on a website, but it's called Politica Light, even not right.
Politica Light.
It says.
I was going to say, you're going on those far right-wing websites, are you?
It's a conspiracy theory now, isn't it? That's what it is.
Philip Schofield and best pal Simon groomed McGreevy claim telly insiders.
I know about this.
So yeah, Philip Schofield and his best pal Simon have been accused of allegedly grooming a theatre student who went to work this morning and had an affair with the ITV staff.
There's pictures of it.
Exclusively reveal in 2020, Philip came out to the nation, was branded a hero, but telly and newspaper sources claim that Politolite, whatever the fuck it's called, that there was a darker side to the bombshell revelation that subsequent claims that he had an affair with this with this morning runner Matthew McGreevy.
More like Matthew McGreedy.
Greedy for the cup.
Matthew McNeedy.
I posted it in the chat.
Yeah, because there's a lot of pictures of just them two together in like weird places, and it just looks odd. I've seen pictures of it because I was there taking the pictures.
What?
I was part of it. Part of the Illuminati as well. But
so the piggy in the middle is Dingle in the middle.
I mean, for Christ's sake, one of them is on Loose Women with his shirt off. Guarantee he looks 18, but you know. I guess the affair happened when he wasn't 18.
Nah, there's because he's like a big face. The public and the government and all that need him to bring in viewers so they're protected. Look at Jimmy Savile. You know, one of my all-time favorite heroes.
Oh my god!
Him and Cliff Richards.
Oh no!
Wow, I don't know. I don't know what to say. We went from transgender to Philip Schofield. We always seem to go somewhere, don't we?
3 years of Snapchat messages with 21-year-old TikTok star.
Yeah,
different. That's
unfortunately you can't really call him a nonce because the guy was 18 at the time. Which means that he was definitely of legal age. Unfortunately, in this situation, SD, he's definitely wrong for what was it? Grooming someone and that, but
punch a pedo.
Yeah, I mean,
Punch a Schofield.
By definition, he's not a pedo because he didn't sleep with someone under the age of 18.
Amen.
Gay men.
He's not that much of a legend. I mean legend.
Technically, I suppose you don't necessarily have to touch
I've just read
or have sexual contact with a child.
No, but the lawful definition.
Way.
Yes, but the definition of being a nonce has to be a minor, aka under 18 or whatever country you live in.
Yeah.
That's it has to be a minor, which means someone below the age of consent.
Yeah, which technically would be under 16, wouldn't it?
That's
There's
pedophile's
two
favourite.
different levels of it.
18.
Yeah, but when you can
there's
have
two different
sex
levels
at
of it.
16 and 17.
When you're 16,
but
you can have sex with other 16-year-olds.
it's
can't have
a
sex.
safe bet with 18. If they're old enough to buy alcohol and fags.
Wait, but can a 16 have sex with 17?
No, because then the 17-year-old technically is breaking the law.
Would not risk it.
That's intriguing.
What if they were like 15, but they were like 16 in like 10 minutes? So just say it was 11:50. You got to wait around for 10 minutes. Do you know what I mean? It's fucking.
I mean,
It depends
I mean,
when you came.
none of us should really be talking about sleep with 16.
It depends when depends when the male officially came. So if he ends up blowing his load before,
so he's just
that
stood there
exact
holding it
time.
in for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, look, I got to hold it in.
and then she's got a timer. It's like
I mean,
it's like
Or in America, it's 21.
yeah. Well, we're not on about
it
America, mate.
depends on the state.
Yeah. I mean, in Mexico, it's 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 12 in
Bulgaria
Mexico.
is
I'm sure it's
14.
I know
12.
where Ryan's flying to next.
No real names.
Yeah, I'm gonna
See
just.
that?
I'll be back in a bit.
Is that a joke? What's a paedophile's favourite musical note? A minor.
Oh, I've never heard that joke. Surprised I haven't
I
actually.
think we've got to
Well,
move
you've
on.
heard it here first, guys.
I think we've got to move on now because I think we're taking too long with this.
We can go on for a bit longer. You
We-
got to bear in mind, I went live 10 minutes before we started.
Yeah, so like we're 10 minutes behind.
Just give it a few more minutes, then we'll move on.
uh,
But I think when it just comes to minors, I don't think it's a good idea to start messing with that. I think you've got to at least be an adult to make those sort of decisions, because people are making it seem like it's such a quick fix. You know what I mean? I feel this way, I must be this way. It doesn't. I feel like,
it's like
I
that.
feel like like Superman in my dreams doesn't mean by the time I wake up I'm gonna be fucking Superman. So I think people just need to see the very serious sides of this and the side effects it could have when you have stuff done to you. And
It's like what you just said.
And what tablets you're taking.
At home.
I'm just saying, let me just finish my point. I'm just saying people need to be extremely cautious, and if you're gonna really mean something like this, then you got to know what you're in for. And also, just to put on top, I am one of those people, sorry to say to anyone that's going to listen and are a real trans activist, but I don't believe, in my view, you're not a man unless you have had the work done in the nether regions, and the same with a woman. Because I know, I used to work with a trans. A trans.
That's that one.
Yeah, the same one. No, the trans man, and she was called Claire. Went to Corey, and Corey's had all the stuff done. So fair enough, call him man now. But he is dating he in my book. This word gets fucking confusing for no reason. They are called Amy, right? Those two are going out, but Amy still has a spam javelin. So in my book, I'm sorry to say, but Amy's still a man.
Oh, I love it.
Because Amy's the other way around. She, trans woman or whatever. But wears all this makeup, long hair, eyebrows, all the stuff you can imagine a woman do, but still has. So that's just how I feel anyway. I don't want to.
He
go on.
who I remember in the group chat. I don't know who said it. He/man pronouns he-man. Just go to me there. That was brilliant. That was fucking brilliant. But it's like like R-Techz just said. If a 5-year-old's pretending he can fly, doesn't mean generally go and throw your kid off the roof because he can fly for real. You know what I mean? It's just let the kids grow up before they make the decisions. You don't force it on them at 5 years old. That's child abuse right there.
It's down to the parents, isn't it? So
Child abuse, that is.
parents must recognise, actually, any adult figure when you think about it, because they may go to school and they want to wear a dress. It's like, well,
Sam Smith.
technically, yes, Sam Smith. Technically, any clothing is unisex.
Yeah.
It's just the social norms accept it as male and female clothing. But to be fair, I'd rather wear trousers and a t-shirt than a dress, because I can imagine women wearing dresses being very, very fucking cold, and that's not what I would like at this certain time of year.
No, I wouldn't. He wore that. He's the next Batman, isn't he, Sam Smith? Batman.
Better bloody not be. It wouldn't be Batman. It'd be Bat-they.
Bat-they.
What, like Black Shazam? I mean, Black Adam.
It's like that thing, that Family Guy
Black
thing.
Adam is still a straight guy.
That Family Guy thing, where he goes, that's a handsome woman. No, that's a good-looking woman. That's a guy. Oh, that's a handsome guy. That's a woman. Oh, that's a lovely dog. That's a cat. What is everything?
Well, Isaac, my friend watching Isaac has said a few things, but I got the chat up on my tablet, so I'm only going to read something that's relevant for now. He just said, in answer to what you said, SD, dresses are cold, and that's why you wear stockings, duh.
Oh yeah.
Oh, all right. Okay. Oh, well, mate. I never thought of that.
But yeah, as I was going to say, though, there's
No
been a
wonder
lot
the
of
Scottish
cases
are a
where.
bit weird.
The Straight Up Busters podcast shopping.
No, I'm fucking talking.
Talk.
Go on, Jem, the floor's yours.
Oh, Jan, you're quiet as fuck.
Fuck you. Okay, so what
Sorry,
I was
mate,
going
go-
to say is like, fuck off. What I was going to say is that there's a lot of cases where, like, when a child has said, "Oh, I'm a girl because I like to play with dolls," or "I'm a boy because I like to play with cars," it's always a case of, "Why do you think that you're that gender?" And they go, "Oh, because I like to do this," and then the parent then has to go, "You do realise you don't have to be the opposite gender to what you are to do those things, right?" And then they learn.
Fuck me.
What?
We can agree on that.
You're not trans if you just want to do those things. You don't have to be the other gender.
Yeah, exactly. But this is the funny thing, as true as what you just said, that should be common sense.
Yeah,
What?
but common sense isn't that common.
Like, I'm not being funny. I used to watch I can't believe I'm saying this. I used to
Desperate
watch.
Housemen.
Yeah.
Who?
No.
That's the
I
point.
used to watch.
I-
Hold on. I used to watch Desperate Housewives, right? When I was like an early teen. I used to watch it with my mum, and you can make jokes and be like "hot gay" and all that, and I guess
Well,
looking back at it, it probably is.
You know what I mean?
The point being, I'm still here, a heterosexual. All these years later, now I'm 30. So, me liking Desperate Housewives for a few years or whatever many seasons there were, that's something quite girly. In my book, that's the same as like liking Sex and the City or something. But it doesn't
I'm
mean to
not
say
gonna lie,
you're
though.
gonna.
I'm not going to lie. Some of the women on Desperate Housewives were quite hot.
Yes, they were. Eva Longoria is in my dreams. My
You knew like
Yeah.
Cougar from the
So,
other.
I'd argue that was actually a very straight male thing.
I just want to chuck something in there.
Yeah, go on.
Of the whole like going off a Sentinel's point of liking certain things and then like say hair and makeup. Who's been to a Turkish barber's?
I have
They are
never
fucking
been to a
brilliant,
Turkish
mate.
barber's before.
They're
Sorry.
brilliant. They do all the hair, they do all the facial hair and whatnot, and all the fucking like moisturizer and facial
Do they
mask.
wait? Do they do your
They're
eye?
fucking brilliant at it.
Do they do your eyebrows as well?
Yeah.
Do they?
The whole
That was a
waxing,
joke.
everything, facial.
Oh right. Okay, I was just
I
kidding.
got that done for my wedding.
What about
Yeah,
your ears and
brilliant at it.
noses?
But he wasn't a gay guy. It was just like, fucking hook you up, man. I'm gonna make you look your best for your fucking wedding day.
Yeah.
And he done brilliant at it.
And you still look crap.
Fuck you, man.
There's only so much they could do for that.
He walked in there. He told his manager, and he was like, "He's a lost cause. Just do what you can do.
No.
Send him on his way." Nah, to be fair, if I thought you looked bad, you wouldn't be in my display picture right now. So.
It takes a lot of balls to be a transgender man.
Oh,
So-
actually, I've thought of something. Okay, keep talking. I'll show you this video, and then we'll do final thoughts and move on. But this is actually going to be relevant to what we're talking about. So.
Oh gosh.
Don't get awkward on me. Just keep.
Paradise
chatting.
City.
I'm just gonna go for a piss.
No. Wait. Rob. Wait. Watch this.
Oh no.
My dad's one
It's
of those
40,
people who never
40 seconds long.
Oh my
I
god.
need to go walk my cat.
Yeah, I need to go feed my.
I'm gonna go meet my dog.
I need to go feed my neighbour's fish tank. Right, I think this is.
away
Oh, here we go. This is the
go.
one. I think this is the one. So let me try and stop it. Oh, okay, I stopped it. Right. People on there can see it, but I need to do it on here now, don't I?
Yeah.
I'll try and do this as quick as possible to not break up the.
I had to see this for my own eye. Yeah, I didn't say eyes.
Right.
It's only one word.
Okay, here we go. You guys need to come to the. Are you all in it? Oh, okay.
Go on then. Hurry up.
Yeah. This guy's a fucking genius. He's one of my favorite comedians. Right, listen to this.
Right? I'm supportive. I don't care. Right? Like trans. Like I don't. If I'm honest, I like trans women more than I like regular women. If I'm honest, have you ever talked to a trans woman? They're great. They're like dudes. It's great. Yeah. It's awesome. I'm like, this gal gets me, you know? Yeah, she's all good at sports and shit. Oh, you're dunking.
It's true though. It's true. That's a short little bit, but yeah, I mean that speaks mountains. That does. Cool. Well, whilst he goes, we'll do final thoughts and move on then. I guess I'll go first if you want. As I said, if you're an adult, you've got the ability and you've got the money.
Yeah.
You know, I being the normal person I am, I give you permission. I was trying to think of something funny to say. I couldn't think of it.
Being the homosexual, homophobic, racist, redneck.
That's the one. I think
the incest redneck.
you're never going to be able to control what people can do once they reach a certain age, right? If you really believe that, then whatever. But when it involves children and kids, I get very, I'm not going to say protective because that sounds a bit weird.
Well, no, you're right though.
Well, it's just, I feel a bit weird saying that over.
Yeah, but it's a normal
like,
duty for a normal person to feel like that. It's only normal, you know, to feel like that towards kids because they can't. You're right. I can't care.
Yeah, because they're vulnerable, and as you said, they're like sponges. They're very susceptible to everything and anything.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like they should be making those type of decisions. And like Jem said, just because you like a doll doesn't mean you're gonna want to start wearing dresses. So
that's it.
And you know, and I don't know why it's so hard for people to grasp. You could be a feminine man, you can be a masculine woman. We all know the tomboys, right? And we all know the what do you call the? I don't know what you call the other version. What the hell do you call the other version?
I was about to say femboys, but they look good girls.
Feminine
mate.
boys.
We used to work with the tomboy.
Camp. You're the boys that are camp.
Oh, camp boys.
Yeah,
camp?
There you go, camp boys. Yeah.
I was gonna say camp.
But you say that, and one of I used to work with someone who was like a tomboy, and she was nice. And because she played rugby, so she was like well built, had like a fit body or whatever, a good physique, and
great head. Cool.
And she gave better on neck actually. Head was a bit meh, but yeah, she was cool. She was cool and she was hot. So that's really my thoughts. I don't know how else to go on about it. I do feel like it's being pushed too much. I feel like people are letting it get in their way of the things that really matter.
Yeah.
Like all these scientists claim we've been here for millions of years, right? So we've lasted for that long without any of this, and we're all still here. Why do we need it now?
We don't.
Might drop.
Oh, but yeah, I'll go next.
Yeah, go on, Dingle. What do you think?
I'll go. Yeah, the thought is, I mean, I don't care what you are. I mean, just that's great, yeah. But I don't need to know about it. And I think there's other people that like to go on social media and see some laughs and nice pictures. No one needs to know what you do in your own time. And you know, it's. I mean, I don't know what to say about it. I mean, my child, right, my little girl, 1 week she was obsessed with Pokemon.
Yeah.
And now she doesn't even look at it. It was because she's a child. She's still working out what she likes and what she don't like. It's phases.
What about Digimon?
She's a child. Yeah. So she'll go from next week, it'll be something else. And it's just phases. But if you're going to do that to your kid and push them into that, that's child abuse. And you've heard it here, that's child abuse. Because kids are vulnerable. And I think if you do that to your kids, generally, I think you're disgusting and you shouldn't be a parent. That's my final thoughts.
You're talking to most of
hold on. It's on to you, SD. Final thoughts on just trans issues.
Hang on, why did you tell me to be quiet? And then say, oh, it's your final thoughts?
Because I need to have that interjection there. You can't just swiftly come in.
Okay, all right. I think the whole transgender thing is a bit...
Ooh.
It's not wrong. It's just silly. Because on this planet, we have a limited amount of variation in genes.
Mm.
And we need
like every animal.
Those genes
and plant.
By the intelligence and the strength. But the more they kind of, I don't know, isolate themselves, cut certain genes out, allow some genes that you probably wouldn't want in, carry on, we're going to come to the point where we're going to come to a head in, say, 1,000 years' time, where we're all each other's cousins, and we're going to go into these like weird, morbid, fucking deformed things.
Well, we're going to be a bunch again. We're going to be mutated.
About 200-300 years ago, probably slightly longer.
So wait, are you saying that we're all going to end up like that family?
The Whitakers.
Yeah, I was going to say in episode 8 or 7, sorry, we'll be foreshadowing what's to come. Also,
I mean, we need good genes for the sake of the future of the human race, and there's some people on there that are perfectly healthy, have no health issues whatsoever from birth to death.
Yeah.
We need them to reproduce, and it just seems like a waste.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
I mean, some of the crazy ones you can fucking do without, but then there's fucking straight people like that.
Yeah.
You can do without. That's putting the mentally disabled to one side, that is. That's a whole different fucking subject somewhere else. That's more of what's gone not as you would like it to put it politely. But in a case, I just think it's silly. Be who you want to be, but think of the future of the human race rather than yourself, because that's a bit selfish. Because sooner or later, we're going to have fucking mating seasons.
True.
Or you're going to have to, say, pick a jizz or something in the future where women can go, oh, I like the look of that gene, I'm going to fucking inseminate myself with it.
Yeah,
or,
it could get to a very weird state for humanity, that's for sure.
Or blokes literally do bloke things, and not have any interest in women, but fucking sex toys instead.
It can't be healthy.
I mean, that doesn't sound too bad. Just to quickly say then, so Isaac said when I was on about children not knowing what they're getting into, Isaac said, truth be told, the adults don't fully understand what they're getting into. And I think that's very true. I think that is true, though. I think because you do get adults that do detransition. So
I think it's more of an accessory.
He also said some people who are like
amounts of depression and other things.
He also said some people who are 20 at the most end up. Hold on. Some people who are like 20 at the most end up transitioning for their lives, and their lives are ruined because they had no idea that estrogen would make them infertile, amongst other things. Fair enough. Yeah, because they're never going to be able to be pregnant.
I've found a few things in Google about that, and I couldn't really find a very conclusive study.
Well, if you're a biological man, there's no matter how much of a lady you want to be, you're never going to have offspring or periods. That's just a simple fact. There's not even like a way to be able to get around that. But what do you think anyway? Last thoughts on you, Jim?
I mean, a lot of good points have been made.
Ooh, a drum, that's why.
I want to say I've got some good genes right here.
Levi ones.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, right.
Levi,
like
what?
like you guys said, like it's got to be an adult who makes the decision to transition, and I feel like there should be more. You know, if you believe that you, as an adult, that you are in the wrong body, there should be the education for you to, show each step and what each thing is going to do to your body. Because otherwise, some people who may just like have this inkling in the back of their head that they are, maybe that someone has said something about them that made them feel like they're not,
Yeah.
they're not like a man or a proper man or a proper woman. And so that's made them think maybe I'm not, maybe I am this. And then they get told about all of the stuff that they're going to have to go through. Maybe they want to, backtrack on that. But at the moment, from the sounds of things, you don't really get that option. It's just you want to be a woman? Okay, get in the slicer.
But they don't tell you it's permanent. They don't tell you it's permanent and you can't go back.
Yeah, exactly.
Once your cock's off, that's it.
You can only go back to a certain degree, yeah.
Once your cock's gone, that's it.
Where we go? We'll be down, like in 20 years down the line, talking about remember when women, the old school women, the ones that had uteruses. That's what we're talking about.
They're all born in fucking, not fucking. We're all born in what are they fucking called?
Test tubes.
Test tubes and matriation sacs or something. Something out of sci-fi, like fucking Star Trek.
Klingons.
Birthing people. They, them, the heroes of the Looniverse.
The Looniverse. That's the way it's going, man. The way it's going.
So, are we moving on to the next subject now?
Yeah. Far away.
I love it. When we do this gaming shit, it's gonna be brilliant. We're all gonna have our drinks. We're all gonna be gaming. It's gonna be fucking brilliant. Stay tuned for that, guys. If you're on, 108 of Ryan's subscribers, if you're watching, get onto the gaming because we're gonna be bashing that out.
Yeah, there's gonna be.
You have to put it
It's
on
gonna be a
your.
giggle.
You have to put it on your Twitch, not Twitch. You have to put it on your
TikTok.
TikTok.
Yeah, definitely. I'll get when we find out what game. I'll make a promo for it.
Well, what I mean is, you could do our little things now. Our podcast now.
Oh yeah. I have been doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been doing that for a while.
TikTok. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you posted on Twitter as well?
Yeah.
Because we've still only got 2 followers on there.
We still only have 2 members in the subreddit as well, just so you know.
And that's fucking me and Occipital.
No, the subreddit is just me and my secondary account.
Well, when I post on TikTok, obviously because I promote it literally I get like at least 100 likes max. So people obviously know, and they're going to R-Techz's YouTube, and he's getting views on it. So there's something working there. It's just finding what's not working. There, So
there's not enough advertising. They don't know about our platforms. They have to be at least some kind of linked to our Twitter, linked to our subreddit, linked to the Twitch account. Even I mean, the YouTube should be changed from the R-Techz gaming to Straight Up Bustas. Yeah.
I've been trying to get some of my subscribers to the R-Techz gaming side, but it's a matter, it's if they do or if they don't. But the TikTok, I mean, something's working because he's getting the views on the channel.
Yeah.
Not as much as the big times, but it's slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah.
And yeah. So, yeah.
I feel like we should probably
strictly business.
Next subject. This intermission has gone on for too long.
Oh,
Yes.
I retire. Exactly.
Absolutely loved it, and hence why I then carried on playing. Go for it, yeah. Graphics, gameplay, story, characters.
Good and bad.
Have you played the actual original first one? Or have you played the HD? You played the HD remake. Yeah. So, uh, apparently they can't hear you on Twitch, which is wrong. Jet Catwoman. Weird.
Or check the volume.
Anyway, back to it. Graphics. The original one, obviously, it's dated for that time.
What year did it come out in?
Early 2000s.
2005.
2000. Yeah, I want to say 2005.
To be fair, I thought fucking Fallout 3 2008 was quite
2007.
good on low settings. 2007, fucking hell.
Oh,
16th of November 2007. Yeah. So it is dated. But you know, it's but then that's what happens with graphics over time. To be honest, like there's a certain point where you just go, yeah, that's that generation, or yeah, that's that years. I generally don't tend to really care about graphics all that much.
Just wait for full dive.
Okay.
Sucks. All right, okay.
What about you, Shaggy? What were your thoughts on the graphics? Oh yeah, you already said that, didn't you? Yeah. Gameplay, story, characters.
okay.
From what I actually fucking remember, yeah.
There wasn't a submachine gun in the first one. No. Pistols, rifles, shotguns, and sniper rifles.
Did you have incendiary ammunition and pneumatic ammunition, all that fucking?
Yeah, you had all the different
anti-shield
things. They
shit.
were attachments to the gun rather than being a power.
Oh right, so
There
you'd
we
have
go.
your anti-shield, and then you'd have your
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
I must have accidentally clicked muted. I think it was just me they couldn't hear.
yeah.
Oh, so-
it was.
Fuck's sake, it's annoying that the mute button is. If I like go, I must have like turned the mic and hit the mute button. Sorry guys, do apologise. Anyway, yeah, gameplay I thought was cool. I think Mass Effect 1 was good. Actually, I quite enjoyed Mass Effect 1 combat from what I can remember, and the way you moved. I just didn't like the Mako.
That was a quick wank.
Is it called a Mako? Or was that Andromeda?
Yeah, the Mako was in the first one. Yeah.
Mako.
Yeah.
What about the water that
Did-
you punched in the face?
Did not like that. That's the third one.
Yeah, she was in that first one as well.
I didn't like
'Cause you
that.
can punch
The
them in
Mako.
second.
I'm with the majority of the fan base in saying that the Mako is just. Oh, I just didn't like traveling around in it. So,
Mako's a pedo.
what do you reckon, Joe?
What do I reckon? Well, gameplay for the first one. Again, it's sort of like it was very different from what other like role playing games were doing at the time. Like a lot of them were doing like turn based stuff or pseudo turn based, like Knights of the Old Republic.
Classic.
Basically, like it was really fun. I also quite enjoyed the like dialogue wheel and that because I mean,
Dingle, what was that?
it did get to the point where you knew
But
up was good, down was bad,
You ran.
left was questions.
oh no, I was reading my
You
screen.
had like a neutral.
We had a bag of
Yeah.
sniffers.
Yeah, and there was never really
We had a bag of sniffers.
you always
Oh,
went
don't.
either Paragon or Renegade. You pretty much always went for the same one all the time. There was no benefit to staying in the middle of the road, which was pretty crap. But then that's been the same throughout the whole series, to be honest.
It has, yeah. Well, character-wise, I think I always keep the same shepherd, the one that's been normally promoted. I'm always I say I'm always. The time I went through it, I was the male shepherd, and romanced Ashley in the first.
Oh, did you know?
In the first Mass Effect, because there wasn't the person who I wanted to. She didn't come into the next game, so. Yeah, characters are
Cheeky
great. I liked
motherfucker.
all the characters. Garrus is the bro that you never had. Let's just be honest. And Joker is, guess what?
A Joker.
You guessed it, Dingle. There's a lot of great characters. I think it took time to open up to better characters, but from what Mass Effect 1 was, it was good. And I think I prefer Mass Effect's antagonist in the first one than I did in the other two. I kind of liked having Saren as a villain. It felt like he was a bit more understanding rather than the whole I want to take over.
What, that fucking Cerberus bloke?
No, you haven't played it. So the first one is he's a Taurian who basically gets indoctrinated. You know, like the elusive man gets indoctrinated in the end. That's basically it's a different version of him.
The elusive man
Yeah.
seems like a boss battle you would have had at the start of the game.
Yeah, no, you don't. You
fucking
don't. No, you don't.
You never actually fight.
Yeah, you don't ever. Well, no, you never fight him. You can shoot him, of course, or you can let him shoot you if you're that fucking dumb. But yeah, I think the characters are cool.
It's on the mouse clicks.
I think BioWare might be bad at certain things, but they know how to write. Put it that way. What do you reckon?
Well, yes, they didn't.
Personally, I've always liked Liara, but obviously, best girl has to be Tali.
Oh, you're one of those. Why is everyone obsessed with her?
With her.
Her voice just ticks me
I
off.
don't realise how many infections I've got.
Oh, you. Yeah, but I think it's her that's risk of infection.
It's a snark.
Sexual disease.
Because she has to take, like, handfuls of antibiotics just to have sex with you, doesn't she? In that scene.
Yeah.
No, she
It's
does.
just like I'm just getting a rubber suit. With like,
And she still ends up with a cold afterwards.
True, but at least it's just a cold.
Yeah. Yeah.
COVID. No, no.
They might have COVID in that universe.
Yeah.
COVID effect.
Yeah.
COVID effects.
Mass COVID.
Mass COVID.
Yeah. Obviously,
Mass
Joker is
COVID.
the best man.
Mm.
He's the best male character, bar none. Exo Presley is prick. Just gonna be straight and honest. But yeah,
I'm not usually honest, but I am straight.
but yeah, the rest of the characters are all like very well written.
Amen.
Like including Presley.
Yeah, man.
Like you understand his position even if you don't agree with it.
And story. I personally think the story in Mass Effect 1 is the weakest as far as the story goes as a whole. Yeah, that's pretty much it, really. But I do like the mystery behind it. I think Mass Effect 1 has the most. You're wondering what's going to happen and what does this mean and who are the Reapers, and there's a lot of mystery behind it. When you start going into the like tomb sort of area, it's not a tomb, but it's like a I forgot what area it's called. But you know, like near the end of the game where you I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, you end up talking to. I think you talk to that like oracle type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's just a lot of things that unfold in that part, and it's very good. So.
Oh, the second one's a bit fucking lame, especially at the start.
That's what I think of the story on 1. What do you think of the story on 1?
On number 1, I'm going to be a bit controversial and say that I think that the first one's actually my favourite.
Oh, damn. Okay, go on. Let's hear it.
Purely for the mystery aspect, because you have this mystery of Saren turning on the Citadel, and you're trying to figure out why that happens. And then you're hearing about the Reapers, you're trying to figure out like what are the Reapers, what has that got to do with Saren, and then you're hearing about indoctrination, you're like, trying to figure out like what that means, and like
True.
because like even at the end of the game, you still don't know the actual scope of the problem. Like, yeah, you know that something's coming, but you don't know just how bad it's going to get. I feel like the next 2 games don't really.
More like indoctrination.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's indoctrination. I would say it's a case of their entire
SD. That's literally what the game refers to it as.
Oh.
Yes.
Indoctrination seems of a.
Oh.
Have you ever heard of subversion?
But it doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah, we're literally talking about what the game specifically says it is.
Yeah, we're going on game lore here. We're not going to drift off into.
Oh, okay.
Oblivion.
To me, it doesn't sound right with indoctrination, but we'll use indoctrination for now then.
That's what the game calls it. I agree with you. It's not actually what indoctrination is, but the fact of the matter is the game calls it that, so we're going to carry on calling it that.
We'll leave it at that so we don't get more complicated.
Yeah.
Okay, the second game. So we'll try and get through this somewhat quickly. Second game, Mass Effect 2.
Can I start?
Yeah, we'll do the same 3. What do you think of the graphics that you can remember?
I would say they're cartoonish. Not like cartoons, say Futurama style, but I'd say dark. Have you ever heard of
a criminal who's been executed re-offending?
Dead Space?
Rabbits?
Rabbits?
What's it called?
Rabbits.
Rabbits?
Well, I forgot what it's called, but anyway, it's more of that darker, cartoony style graphics.
There's actually two black Supermen as well.
You mean Black Shazam?
Sorry, go on. All right, Jem, what do you think of the graphics, Jem?
Start the second game.
Graphics.
I thought it was a bit fucking lame because you get ambushed by this fucking.
We're not on about. That's one thing at a time. Graphics, Jem.
Yeah, a darker version of Futurama.
SD, is your name Gem?
Fuck is this?
It's SD. So
shut your gob.
Yeah. So when someone says Gem, do your bit. Can you
not talking then?
Talk over it?
He was until you started.
Right again.
They're right again.
Anyway,
they're right like rabbits.
Anyway,
Rabbits.
To my bit about the graphics. The graphics were definitely a step above number one. Still not to the point that I would say they're great, but a lot of the stuff that's in number two graphically is, in my opinion, better, especially things like armors, like being able to switch different parts rather than having to put the entire new armor with a completely different kind of scheme. All that, my opinion, better.
Yes.
So yeah, Shaggy, what's your opinion on the graphics two?
Fucking outside.
I think that graphics. I'll be honest, from 1 to 3, even with the Legendary Edition, I think it's harder for me to judge because obviously they all get made around this whatever time, and obviously we're talking years between the original 3. So they're all pretty much similar graphics to me.
There's a game on Steam called Make Her Come. It's a porn game.
What the?
Yeah, I'm watching it now. You can see everything. You got to penetrate her. It's called Make Her Come. What the fuck?
Dude, that sounds like one of those lame-ass games that you get an advert on a porn site.
On a porn site, yeah, it is. You can create the woman and she's got tits. You got to grab
it's a sex game.
Yeah, it's on Steam. It's called Make Her Come. You can see everything.
Dude, you need to get laid, man.
No, it just randomly popped up in. Yeah, it's like
in your queue, right?
Anyway.
Yeah, download file.
Characters, gameplay, story. I think we should probably just do all of them at once. I think the gameplay in 2 was worse than in 1 because I didn't like how long it took you to get the sniper. You literally didn't get your first sniper until you get to the collector base. And that just pissed me off. Yeah, because they're my favourite guns in most games. So
yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's
didn't
that's
like
3
it.
you're talking about.
No, 2. No, because you don't go in nothing to do collectors in 3. 2 in 2. The first time you get a sniper.
Oh, you mean the 50 cal sniper?
Yeah, the proper actual sniper. Because I couldn't find one anywhere else unless you were going to the black
you
market.
definitely get snipers before that point.
The
They're
first,
just not as strong.
yeah, the one that actually does damage and is worth having is not till then. And obviously by that point you're 3/4 of the way through the story.
Yeah.
And when I finally had one of each weapon, I was just like, oh. I found that game the hardest as well. I found Mass Effect 2 the hardest. I died the most, especially on the collector base level. Because you remember when you have all those platforms coming towards you. You know, when you're...
Oh, yeah.
You know what part I'm about? When you're on the part that's going up to the boss.
Yes.
And all these platforms, that was so hard, mate. My teammates died every time. I couldn't find ways to take cover. I was just had to get rid of everyone quickly. That was not an easy part, but it's satisfying when you get through it, I must admit. I think character...
How many people died on the suicide mission?
Well, I'll get to that. Characters, I think Mass Effect 2 has probably the best characters. Yeah, if I go into detail, I'll be here forever. But when you find out people like Legion, who's a very interesting Geth, who you've been killing the whole fucking last game and a half, or whatever, game and a quarter, whatever you find Legion, it's something else. It just yeah. What else can I say? And I romanced Miranda because of that ass. So and Jack's a very interesting character, like extremely interesting. I loved doing her story mission was great when she's got the whole do I blow up the place where, and you think it's so much different to what she explains it to be. Yeah. So that's quite cool. I was a bit pissed off though. I had a glitch on that level when you bust Jack out. Sorry, that was on Mass Effect 3. No, that was on Mass Effect 3. I had a glitch on Mass Effect 3. You know when you go when you meet up with her again at the academy when she's head of the when you meet up with her academy and you get in those mechs. You get in the mechs and you've got to defend our students. I had a glitch at that point where the enemies wouldn't spawn in, so I had to restart the whole level.
That's nice.
Yeah.
They would be able to destroy me very easily.
That's what I think of that. Story-wise, I think the story-wise is very good. I might go as far as to actually say Mass Effect 2 as my favourite story because I love the fact you find out that the collectors are basically, just Geth 2.0. And basically being controlled in some shape or form, and it's all a complete fuckery, especially when your crew gets taken, and unless you get told, the longer you wait, the more of your crew dies. I waited way too long. Near enough all of my crew died by the time I got around to saving them, apart from the essentials.
Oh, fucking hell, yeah.
I didn't know, because I when it comes to RPGs, I want to do A, B, C, D, E, and I get to the main one when I. So
you have to do.
Hold on, let me. You can have your. Right, I'm nearly at the end. All right, SD, I'm nearly at the end. And overall, I think the story is great. That last encounter with the. Sorry, that's on. I'm on about the collector base. The collector base fight was a bit wank, but who was the last boss on Mass Effect 2? You might have to remind me.
It was that big fuck off. It
was the human reaper.
Oh, that actually is the. Oh, right. I'm thinking of a different bit. And
the
ship. It's the collector ship, isn't it? And then the collector base. Is that right?
Yeah. Collector ship is earlier, and then the collector base.
That's the one.
There's also.
That's the one.
There's also, if you do arrivals after the collector base, then there's another boss fight there, I think.
Well, anyway, yeah, that last one, the last fight is probably it's a bit meh, but
the last few
that's pretty much it. So that's what I think of the gameplay, characters, and story. Just because SD is so eager, I'm going to give Gem the next one. Go.
Right, so graphics wise, they were pretty good. Gameplay wise, I did like the guns actually having ammunition. That was one of my favorite changes.
You what? Sorry.
But that was one of my favorite changes, is the guns being given actual ammunition.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
Being charged. It was something that at first I didn't like. Like it felt like a regression. But then, over time I've seen sort of gone like, but it actually gives you a bit more attention. Like, I know that ammo's plentiful in the game, but like there's still like certain points where you'd be like, well, I might not get into combat for a little bit, and I might be lower down.
I wanna, and the special guns you get in the game as well. You got the special guns as well, didn't you? Like the collector repeater thing. That was my favorite. Oh, there was like collector laser, wasn't it? Oh, I fucking loved that gun. Yeah. But it ran out so quickly, so it was a something cannon. Yeah, I fucking loved that thing, man. You could mow down a whole legion.
Yeah. What's next? Characters, obviously, now that Tali is available for romance, I write romance Tali every time.
It just keeps hitting and hitting and hitting the mark every time. Is that Tally? She just hits the mark.
Yeah, she just hits the mark. She's best girl. I have actually gone through
He didn't
every
mean it,
romance.
Charlotte. This is just a video game. It's not reality.
in the game, yeah. Yeah. I have done every romance in the game for all the women.
You player.
Good boy. Good lad.
Obviously, I've played it several times, haven't I? What else? My favourite character, though, overall, probably Zaid.
Fair enough. Little mercenary dude.
Yeah. His story is brilliant.
And the fact that you can leave him, the fact that you can actually leave a companion, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. And then story-wise, Mass Effect 2, in my opinion, kind of the weakest, in my opinion. Like, it tries to set up everything for the war in Mass Effect 3, but it still doesn't really let you know. It doesn't really set you up enough. If you get what I mean, like you get to Mass Effect 3, and it just feels like when you get to Mass Effect 3, the Mass Effect 2 didn't really matter.
Does it really matter?
Really?
Okay. So is that the story? That's all about the story.
Yeah, that's the story. Yeah.
Okay. What about you, SD? Gameplay, characters, story. Let's hear it. Mass Effect 2, from what your memory serves you.
I found I found the game quite. It was all, let's upgrade your ship. Right, that's great. Fucking upgrade your ship. Let's do the companion missions, where you build up their loyalty. You can also explore on Mass Effect 2, and you find certain things, and you get special weapons and whatnot. I just found towards the end of the game, it seemed a bit. It was annoying because your crew got taken, but then you've also got this one companion that you still have to do the fucking companion mission for. But even if you do the companion mission, the fucker gets lifted anyway, and it's just like, well, what's the fucking point of doing it? I might as well get my crew back. There was also going back to the crash site. Going back to the crash site of the original. What's it fucking called? Normandy. We have to walk.
Normandy.
Place a fucking monument to commemorate the crew. I mean, I found it battle-wise, shooting up enemies was pretty good, and some of the story, it was getting you into like what's going to happen in Mass Effect 3. I found that was good, but the trouble was, it seemed like there was too much fat to it. There wasn't like a clear direction.
You went out with Nicky's. I'm not sure what you're going with.
It would go off on a tangent where you would go into like a star system, but rather than going to the planet you're supposed to do the mission on, you just fuck off to one side, and then you go halfway across the fucking galaxy.
Because it puts you in a cluster, doesn't it? And then you've got to keep going all the way there. Yeah, and then if you haven't got enough fuel, you've got to go to a bloody depot. But the funny thing is, if you didn't have enough fuel, it would just teleport you to the depot, basically, and you'd be like, well, if I didn't have enough fuel, was that my emergency reserves? Or I'll tell you what, the most mundane thing, and I'm glad that I'm going to have a mod for this next time I play Mass Effect 2, is what?
Feeding the fish.
I don't remember. On board.
If you've got the arrivals DLC, you can get an auto feeder.
That's a choice. Yeah, that's not even really important. No, when you scan planets for resources, that was the most mundane thing I've ever done in any game ever.
It's just like, why couldn't you just go to a fucking dealer and buy it?
Anyway, Mass Effect 3. We'll just do all 4 of these. Graphics, I really haven't got anything to say on that again. Gameplay, I think gameplay that had the best out of the 1, 2, and 3.
Completely missed about what I was going to say about the end of it.
Just completely, I think it's just better combat. Simple as that. It's more fluid. You can do the dodges and everything is just feels better. Even the guns, yeah, actual guns themselves. And just like Mass Effect 1, you got all of them quicker than you did Mass Effect 2. It took forever to actually gain all the type of guns you needed. Characters are not really that much different to Mass Effect 2, apart from you lose ones from Mass Effect 2. It would have been nice to keep people like Zaid or Kasumi. I was quite pissed off that you didn't have Kasumi, because she was my favourite companion to have. I loved the move where she just teleported.
Jesus.
Yeah, she would like warp to the enemy and like slice them or shoot them and then come back. And I'd be like, oh, every time it was just so fucking cool to see. She was like this Asian ninja with like a hoodie, and she was fucking. And her mission, we've got to say her mission in Mass Effect 2 is one of my favourite missions ever in probably any video game, where you like infiltrate this like mansion party and you've got to break in. Such a good fucking mission. You need to do that mission, mate. Her loyalty mission is like, that shit is.
And that mission, which was DLC, by the way, was.
Yeah, because her and Zaid are both DLCs, I think.
Yeah, that mission was the only drop of another SMG in the game. There's only 2, and one of them was DLC.
Boom. There you are. You said it, mate. You basically said it. So it's a shame. I mean, that's fair enough, actually. I didn't realise they were that, so it's fair enough that they were DLC, so I guess that kind of sort of makes sense they weren't in it. But
Sex.
It would have been, yeah, but sex. But sex. So they're still interesting characters. I mean, Miranda, people like Miranda or Jack, if you romance them, you don't get too much of it, apart from the Citadel DLC. But the characters are good. The characters have always been great. When it comes to the story, I think Mass Effect 3 probably has the weakest story, because I think by that point they got to save the end of the world type thing, and they gave you like, made you feel like it was important and the world's gonna end, or I say the galaxy is gonna crumble. But I mean, I wasn't particularly taking my time, and I wasn't rushing to do every major event there and then. So, and I never bumped into a Reaper. Like when you travel from place to place, you have a potential of bumping into a Reaper. I never did.
Yeah.
Not once. Yeah. On the map, you can see. Well, I'm sure Jem will probably go into a bit of detail, because I'm not quite sure how it works. But I never had that. From all the planets I went to, here, boop, 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 I never had any confrontation apart from the main storylines. And it was cool. The last mission was lackluster. Yet again, I've got a mod that's going to fix that.
That last mission was a cunt.
Yeah, well, it was just a bit. There wasn't much.
You had to fucking leg it towards the.
But there wasn't much.
White thing.
There wasn't much to it.
Fucking peppered left, right, and fucking Charlie.
Yes, but there wasn't much to it. You weren't gonna die unless you were a moron. Then you weren't gonna die on that part. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I thought. For the story wasn't bad. So I'll just point out the story was not bad. The story's not bad on any of BioWare's games.
Space planets.
But
how can you survive?
But it felt like, we've got to really up the stakes. So they took the less interesting route more than all the Reapers are here. They're taking over. It's the end of the world. But it's not the end of the world, because you can still take your time, do about 20 missions, come back. We're all okay. Even though in the previous game, if you do 2 missions more than you should, and your whole crew's going to die. But and answer your question, Jem, in the suicide mission, none of my companions died because I searched up a guide.
Oh, it's cheating.
Oh, you done a guide. Yeah, so did I.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, my first time through, I didn't have a guide. Why was it just me?
By guide, what I mean is, from.
Anyway, that's me. We'll go one by one. We don't want to be here for. This is definitely gonna be the longest episode. We'll go to Gem, the 4 that we said: graphics, story, characters, gameplay.
Graphics, again, an improvement on 2. In my opinion, it had my favorite armor set in 3. It was the assassin sort of gun one with the binoculars and shit. That's graphics. Gameplay, it was an improvement on 2. Getting all the good guns a lot earlier is great. Story-wise, what story? I don't really rank the story of that one because, in all honesty, like you said, you're not really rushing around. So
true. That's what I'm saying.
The story is presented as you're rushing around to do all this stuff to rescue Earth, but at the same time, it doesn't really feel like there's any actual stakes. And it's just
it's too glossed over, isn't it?
Yeah, you just going from place to place, solving people's problems. Then, okay, at the end of the game, they do pay out, but a lot of the time, it's sort of like
they get. Yeah, but what happens if you don't have enough military assets by the end of the game? Do you know if you don't reach the mark?
Honestly, I don't actually know because I've never seen anyone who hasn't finished the game without enough military assets because it's just too fucking easy to do it.
Fair enough. Yeah, I might search it up as you're talking. Go on.
You mean like choosing between the synthetics and Tolly's race?
No, what the?
No.
Oh, dude, you need to keep up. You should put your listening ears on.
There's a part in the game that says how much military assets you have.
Oh, hello. Sorry, we've got a couple of new viewers. Hello. Hi, SureDiesAlot. Carry on.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, there's a part of the game where it goes, this is, the how much you have, how much effective force you have, and how much you need. And by the time you get to the end of the game, if you played the game as you're intended to,
play the game
where you're rushing around doing it, you probably still have enough to reach that needed point. And if you do it the way that everyone does it, which is just doing every mission, then you max it out like way before you get to the end of the game.
True.
And the only way that you can, if you get to the end of the game and you don't have enough, what you're supposed to do is then go into the co-op game.
Oh, yeah. With the Legendary Edition, you've got to bear in mind they scratched the multiplayer.
Yeah. They scratched the multiplayer a while ago.
Yeah, I'm not that fussed about because the Andromeda multiplayer sucked more than SD does on a Friday night, so.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. What happened there? Oh, here we go. You kicked me out again. For fuck's sake. Sorry, guys. Technical issues. Why have you kicked me out again? Oh, dear you bellends. Professionalism, eh? As soon as we get some viewers. Sorry, guys. Do apologise. This is Dildo Shaggin's R-Techz game. And check me out on YouTube. We've got plenty more episodes to come there. Thank you, Isaac. And Charlotte. 2 people I know that are viewing. Join. Thank you very much. Hello, here I am. You guys are very funny. Thanks for doing that.
Well, I didn't do it.
Do what?
Oh, somebody did, and you're hilarious.
Dingle wasn't at the.
Not even here. I didn't. I thought the stream ended.
And I didn't see SD touches keyboard or mouse during that event. So
weird.
Anyway, back to what I was saying.
Yep.
Stop touching yourself, SD.
No, don't upset and keep going.
That's only for our OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Only mans, I told you. Stop it.
We haven't got a OnlyFans yet.
Only trans for Dingle. Dingle's one's only trans.
Only transgenders. Transgender. Was it transgender dragons?
Transgender. What? Let me see if we get. Have we got your approval, Isaacs? If we form a band called Transgender Dragons, if we says yes, we have to make a band now. Shall we move on to SD then? Have we got any quick one-liners to say?
I haven't done characters yet.
Oh fuck.
So I'll just do the characters.
Oh my.
Once again, carrying on with the romance with Tali because best girl.
Yeah, but she could be really ugly under that mask. Just to point out.
She is.
No, well,
I mean,
they actually released the photo. She's not that bad, but that's not the point. What about she look like Susan Boyle?
So, fun fact: the original photo they used was actually a stock photo that they just put some effects on top of, and they've actually since then released a new one.
She takes her mask off on her home planet right before she leaps off a cliff.
Yes. I've actually seen a video where someone's romanced her and done that, and I was like,
Well, you choose the synthetics over her race.
Isaac said yes, so
upload the Reaper code.
We're now going to be the Transgender Dragons. If we ever form a band, if we ever make a song together.
Anyway, I always was so pure Paragon that I was able to get them both to be on side. So.
Yeah, I like punching the reporter in the face, do naughty things.
Oh my days, we keep going back to that. That's like the main thing you remember about a massive RPG full of so much lore and immersiveness, and he remembers punching a reporter.
Isn't it like particularly uncomfortable that SD just like punching women?
Punching a reporter, punching pedos.
No, dude, this dude just likes punching. I'll punch a pedo, I'll punch a woman. What's going to be next? I'll punch a child. Jess is going to give birth all like in tears and sweaty and worn out from whatever happens, holding him. He's like, let me hold him. He's going to fucking punching the poor thing in the face.
Equal rights and lefts.
I would allow SD to make his.
Yeah, proceed, SD. Mass Effect 3, go.
I will allow this.
Graphics, characters, gameplays, and story, go.
Graphics are a slight step up from number 2. I wouldn't say they're a great impact. I wouldn't say they're amazingly better. Storyline, I would say, is pretty much the same as Mass Effect 2. You're going from point A to point B, shooting enemy A to get to enemy B.
Yeah, but that's the same with 1. Sorry, sure, go.
I know. It's pretty much every fucking game they got out there, but it's a case of, apart from the storyline where you're fighting, I would like to say you're fighting for time, but Occipital obviously said you can do whatever the fuck you like before reaching the end game. It's just that I would rather do all the side missions and get all the power upgrades because it just makes the end piece so much easier, especially when you play it on a harder difficulty. The first playthrough is always a fucking ball ache because you literally have to start from square one. I found the hardest part was the final few missions, in case you get back to Earth. Actually, no, I'm not going to start that. I'm going to start at the beginning first, where Shepard hands himself in back to the Alliance like an absolute fucking lizard, when he could just go freelance and go hunting, investigating the Reapers himself. But no, he hands the ship in, all his crew fuck off, all his fucking, allies disperse throughout the galaxy. So he has to start from square one again. do all the missions to keep them loyal. And it's kind of the same game, but obviously you're in different locations, you're shooting different enemies, and there's more of a storyline to it, kind of. But going back to the final mission, I found it's more of a it's one of those spawn games where if you're not far enough ahead, they just carry on respawning. And I thought that was a major issue in the final few missions, where if you didn't go far enough forward to the spawn point, they would carry on having unlimited enemy coming towards you.
I'm gonna be honest, I never had that come up for me. I don't know if that
Never
was
had
just. I don't know if that was just a legendary edition thingy, but I never. Not that I haven't noticed it. Never enough for me to notice. So.
For me, if you stay in one space, they carry on coming. There are fucking hundreds of enemy. Guarantee it's a fuck done experience.
Nope.
If you actually had experience.
Yep.
It's
Never did.
almost as
You
if
kind of always had
maybe
to
you
push
need to be
forward
moving.
further than you had to.
Perhaps you were just too slow.
Fucking spawning constantly. And the final part where you're running towards the big fucking light that goes up to the catalyst.
Yep.
Did you have space lasers fucking shooting you?
Yes, of course. The whole sequence is that. There's not much to it. All you got to do is run forward.
You cross a line and they're instantly fucking.
Carbon just straight up shoots you.
They literally just one shot kill you straight away. It's like
The trigger.
I literally have to fucking swan dive out the way, and then as soon as I get up again, I have to swan dive another way, and then backwards and forwards trying to fucking get away from this laser. That seems to have like an unlimited fire rate and like a fully automatic laser, and it would burn for like 7 seconds around about. That last mission was an arsehole. And then obviously when you get up to the catalyst, you meet the elusive man, and obviously he's indoctrinated. That's the word they're using. I'll see you later, Dingle. Indoctrinated. And if you don't have enough Paragon? Occipital.
Yeah, Paragon. You can also have enough Renegade.
Or Renegade. If you don't have that, he's going to fucking shoot you. And then some shit happens and you manage to kill him somehow. And then you have like a choice between controlling them or destroying them. Or if you have enough Paragon, you can combine them. And then if you're some kind of fucking weirdo, I don't know how somebody found that out, but shooting the kid.
That was added in the ending DLC.
I think I missed that part because I'm pretty sure I had all the DLC.
People complained about the ending, so they added a DLC, a free DLC to change the ending.
I didn't think that was a proper DLC. I thought that was a mod, though. You mean the happy ending thingy?
No, that was an official release.
Oh,
because it came out on the Xbox.
People were that unsatisfied. They did that. Sheesh.
But it was literally like there was only one. There wasn't anywhere any way out of it.
Yeah.
You either die or you fucking die, or you die, and it's just a case of they're not going to do like the beginning of Mass Effect 2 again, are they? Where you get scraped off the side of a planet, and then through pure miracle, put you back together again.
They bring you back. Yeah, the Lazarus Project. Maybe now it's the Fappiness Project.
To be fair, I've only gone through it once.
Yeah, same.
I will say this: if you get the Destroy ending, there's a post-credit scene where the N7 chest piece breathes.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's the one I thought you were talking about. Yeah, that's what I thought you were on about.
Which means he's alive.
Yeah.
After that.
To be fair, it would make more sense for him to be dead. I mean, the catalyst itself blows up. I mean, it literally blows up. Sends a shockwave everywhere, depending which ending you choose. Either the controlling part where they all fuck off, or the
They don't.
destroying.
They don't.
Well,
They don't.
yeah.
They don't fuck off in the control one. The control one, they help rebuild the galaxy. Shepard ends up basically giving himself to the catalyst, I think, and then he ends up controlling the Reapers, but he can't go back to his normal self. He can't come
the one
back.
I saw. Thing is, the one I saw,
in the
he literally just all the fucking Reaper kit fucked off.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
That
That's
was
not
it?
the control one. Yeah, that's not the control one.
That's definitely the one I played as.
Right, but that's not the control one.
anyway, I think that's the synthesis one. I know that in the what was it? In the Resist ending, all of the races die, and the next cycle destroys the Reapers.
Mm. Yeah.
I think it's a bit mad. Did you choose Tali's race or did you choose the AI?
I chose a Geth because I liked Legion more than Tali, and I didn't romance her. So Tali committed suicide, and if she didn't, I would have killed that cow.
So much more powerful.
Mm.
I mean,
and literally the other
I mean,
race.
getting both of them is even more powerful because you still get the Reaper Geth, but you also get the Quarian fleet. So I don't know.
But the Quarian fleet was literally just a case of their race on a few ships, and it was more of cities rather than actual battleships.
Yeah, but when you when you get them to coexist, they send all of their non-combatants down to the planet, and the Geth look after them.
Hmm.
Like I said, I didn't have enough
Yeah.
Parabellum, whatever the fuck they're called. Paragon, whatever the fuck
Yeah.
it is.
Paragon, not Renegade.
Tali literally jumped off a cliff, so that's her ending.
Yeah, well, she was living life on the edge, wasn't she? Alright, next one. Mass Effect Andromeda, and then let's bloody wrap up because this is definitely the longest one. Mass Effect Andromeda, the one that I don't think SD has played. This is the one that came out a few years. Well, I say a few years. How long was it after the third one? Gem, do you know? Excuse me.
8 years.
Let me just Google it.
Let him.
and then I can check which one.
You're not allowed to Google it. You have to Bing Ask Jeeves or Yahoo, I'm afraid. And we need proof. Don't start Googling it.
So Mass Effect 3 came out on March 6th.
No, if it's Google, Gem, don't tell me it's Google.
Was released on the 21st of March 2017.
It's Bing.
It's available on PC, PlayStation 4,
And
Xbox One.
Mass Effect Andromeda was released
2017.
in the UK on March 23rd, 2017. 10
Wow.
years after the first game.
Well, let's do. Fucking hell, actually, was that long? Let's do a quick of that. Obviously, SD can't comment. And Dingle's gone for a masturbation session. I think we won't do the. I reckon we probably shouldn't do the 4 thingy. I think we should just do what we think of the game overall. I think the game was underrated. I personally think that most people agree that the combat was better. Because I think the combat was better. I like the fact that you could traverse the areas quicker by using your jetpack or whatever they called it. The gunplay was just overall more fun. The biotics were easier to use. It was just you had 3, you clicked 1, you put them all together. That's just fucking easy peasy, lemon squashy. Story-wise, characters were cool. I don't understand anyone's problem with any of the characters. All the characters were, Drac was a bit meh, and Vetra was a bit meh. For the most part, the characters were cool. The quests themselves weren't as interesting as a whole, I don't think. Obviously, Liam's made quests were, let's build these outposts on every planet, or whatever planets he did. And I did the one you have to do on Eos, whatever it is, Eos. And I'm there like, that was tedious. I do not want to do this monotonous, it just... yeah, it fell by the wayside for me. As far as the main quest goes, I don't know what the issue was. I have no problem whatsoever. I thought it was actually very well told, and I liked the characters there. One thing I dislike, two things I dislike. They brought back the Mako. It wasn't called the Mako. What was it called in Andromeda? The Nexus. Was it called the? Oh fuck.
The Nexus was the ship. The went to.
Oh right. What was the fuck? What was it called?
I know it's based on the Mako. I can't remember what it's called.
Oh damn it!
I think it's like the Explorer or something like that.
The Explorer. It definitely was not called Dora.
It's definitely not called Dora.
Anyway, that I didn't really like that. It was still just as boring as the Mako, and I hated having to traverse these long ass planets with these big ass open worlds. And the other thing is the thing that everyone else complains about, and I'm sure you'll chime in on this, is the animations. The lip syncing was off. Some of it broke immersion, and you're just a bit like, oh, you're saying something
the Nomad
that you're not saying. Nomad. Yes, you got gonads for that. Yeah, all of that stuff. Graphically, it didn't. I don't know what engine it was using, if it was the same, but
Frostbite 3.
Well, it wasn't
the facial expressions. All of they just didn't put enough time in there. It should have been an early access. They should have had some people been like, "Hey, it shouldn't be like this."
What the hell are you eating?
And it still would have been a good game, but unfortunately, they didn't do that. So that's my thoughts on it. Anyway, I think it got more flat than it deserved, and not to say it's not without its flaws, as I stated. What do you reckon, Occipital?
So, to put my opinion into perspective, I did get the game when it sort of like was first coming out. So, that being said, I didn't actually run into a lot of the glitches that a lot of other people did. So again, my opinion is sort of somewhere between it was pretty good to it was crap, because the facial animations were crap. There's no denying that. But for me, again, graphics aren't really a big deal. So I never really got people who really into that. Story I enjoyed for the most part. It's just there were some bits of it that didn't make sense, like the cat just in general didn't make sense to me. And they were the big bad guys, and it was all like,
what's wrong with taking cat?
Pardon? I just didn't understand like their deal really. I didn't get why.
Or their dealer, more importantly.
Well, to be fair,
yeah. But yeah, like the making all of these planets more habitable was a really interesting sort of like side thing for me. And I went out and did every single one of those all the way through.
Really?
And yeah.
Jeez.
Because I felt like as my character being the Pathfinder, trying to find these places to make habitable zones and that.
Yeah.
I felt like it was best that he actually did his job. If you know what I mean. And, I felt like the game was better because of that. Because obviously I was doing all the stuff, and so I wasn't focused on all the stuff that everyone was complaining about.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Isn't.
Obviously, gameplay wise, it was great. Like, combat was fun. They moved away from Paragon and Renegade. Now you had like
True, they did.
you had the personality traits instead, which I always play sarcastic characters, right?
That's just you.
Shock.
That's just me. I'm just an asshole. Yeah, and I mean, apart from that, like, characters weren't all that interesting, to be honest. I was really disappointed that the stuff that was set up for DLC never came out as DLC. It came out as a book later. I haven't read the book. But yeah, that's my opinion.
You like it? I think that's valid points, to be fair. As I say, like, it's not without its flaws by any means, but people were
it's not a bad game.
People were just really going in on it, and it's exactly. It's not a bad game. Boom. Yeah, you said it. That's the easiest way to say it. It's not a bad game. Simple as that.
Shaggins.
It's definitely not as bad.
We wrap this up quick because I've got to watch Match of the Day in a bit.
Always something more important than the podcast.
Match of the day.
Yeah.
Why would you want to watch that?
Yeah,
I've got to go to sleep in a bit because I've got work.
Yeah, I'd rather watch Match of the Night.
Save it for tomorrow when the real teams are playing, like Man United.
Anyway, let's
cool. All right. Final thoughts on this. I think the Mass Effect trilogy is absolutely one of the best things I've ever damn played in my whole life. And yeah, as you're saying, Andromeda is underappreciated, quite frankly.
Yeah,
I can overlook the other stuff.
Amen.
That's me, Jem.
Game in.
You want me to do? Oh yeah, my final thoughts. Yeah, Mass Effect. The series has had its ups and downs. I am looking forward to Mass Effect 4. And apart from that, yeah, that's it. SD, your final thoughts on Mass Effect?
SD.
Good storyline. As you can tell, I haven't played them for years. That shows how much I'm into them. Maybe this fourth one would be alright, but I think they're average, and that's my final thoughts for that. Dingle?
Oh yeah, great, love it. I love the spaceships and the.
He loved the part when it ended. Yeah.
I like the credits. I love the ending. It stopped me. So
thank you, Charlotte and Isaac, for tuning in. We're gonna say our goodbyes. Then this has been a Straight Up Busters 2-hour episode. That's what you get. 10th one. It's the 10th. It's the 10th episode, and it's 10 o'clock. Ooh.
What's into that?
So I'll go last then, since I'm the host of tonight. We'll go backwards as we normally do. SD, you meat-headed cunt. What do you reckon?
Thank you for joining us, even though it took it took 2 hours for you to join us.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed what you've seen. Check out the YouTube that's going to come out in a few days. You'll be able to catch up in the episode. Be sure to smash that like and subscribe button. It'll really help us out, and you'll actually keep up to date with us. And that's it. Goodbye from me.
So
Jim,
from me, goodbye. I'm going to say it now. Support the channel, support the Twitch, support TikTok, support Twitter, support Reddit, support everything. Support trans rights. And yeah. Yes, that's it. I'll love you and leave.
No, don't love us, just leave us. Dingle.
All right, bye.
Yeah, hope you enjoyed the episode. Obviously, if you did, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and follow me and Ryan on YouTube on our long outlasting journey. Follow us on TikTok. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you in the next one.
Cheers.
But that's a story
Cheers.
for another time.
That's the story.
Oh, Balamori.
Of Balamori.
All right, motherfuckers. Straight Up Busters podcast. I've been here for all two. Big up Isaac for staying. I know it's been a bit ranty, but transgenderism and Mass Effect. We've got to think what we're going to call this one. Trans effect.
Trans effect. The effects of transgender.
The
The effects of transitioning. No, Joe.
That's gender.
Trans effect seems good.
Trans
Well, my
effect.
name. I've been Dildo Shaggins, as I said, Straight Up Busters. I need to keep repeating it. This is episode 10. Thank you for joining us. Dingle OccipitalGem. I'll tell you what we're going to do. This is the first time we've had this on cam. So I'm going to go around everyone, swear or wave, whatever we want to do, and then we'll end it, okay? I am Dildo Shaggins. Goodbye. Dingle.
So long.
Gem. SD.
Yourself.
We're all polite people. Peace, guys. Cheers. Thanks for following us. Make sure you go subreddit and Twitter. Thank you. Bye. Oh, wait. I went goodbye on Discord, not on Twitch. Goodbye again.